Hey there, toy collector friends and Battlestar Galactica fans alike. Welcome back to the channel. I am the time-traveling toy collector, and this is the Battlestar Galactica Cylon Baseship from the original classic series of Battlestar Galactica back from the 1970s through to the 1980s. This is a Hero Collector Eagle Moss collectible. It's a really lovely design. It's one of the last of the classic series that I have. I just noticed there that there's some polystyrene that's crept onto the model. It's a really beautiful design. The level of detailing is exceptional, and in a moment I'm going to rotate it around and then pick it up and get it in hand so you can all have quite the close experience. The Cylon Baseship was, if you like, the Cylons, so the enemy equivalent of the Battlestars themselves in the original series, and served as a launching platform for Cylon Raiders. You've hopefully seen my video on the classic series Cylon Raider as well, and was pretty formidable as a ship against the colonial fleet. So the classic Vipers did not stand much of a chance against this. Again, you can see here, as I've mentioned in previous Battlestar Galactica videos, the design aesthetic screams Ralph McQuarrie, who was behind quite a lot of the concept art for Star Wars. And again, we can see here how some of that is revisited in this really rather exceptional model. I'm going to zoom in a little bit, apologies for a bit of wibbly wobbly, just so you can kind of see structurally the surface detail of this base star and of the model in general. There is an absolute wealth of surface detailing that I think is purely incredible, from these trenches there to the, if you like, the surface platforms, the additional gun emplacements. You can also see here in this admittedly darker area where the shadow falls, a bit of that there is no let up in terms of the surface detailing. And in a moment, when I put it in hand and I'll tilt it slightly, you'll be able to see just how well the model captures a lot of that surface detailing. It's a little bit like, I'm trying to think what the name of the ice cream is, but it's probably copywritten and I shouldn't probably say it. But the top section and the bottom section very much mirror each other. So the exterior of the top area here mirrors the exterior of the bottom area here, whereas inside both of these aspects, which are, if you like, the inverted elements, also mirror each other but are themselves different. Now, just to sort of put that in some sort of context for you, I'll just turn it around a little bit more, maybe line ourselves up with one of the trenches before I show you the next bit. Is you do, of course, it does come with a collector's edition little magazine, as is the one of Battlestar, of a Hero Collector, not just with their Battlestar Galactica models, but with everything that they do. So there are some product shots here, but also some screen grabs that they're using from the appearance of the Battlestar within the actual series itself. Now here, the Battlestar does appear to be a bit more elongated in terms of its divide between the two saucer sections that comprise it. Doesn't quite give me the same sense of scale there in the model. So for me, I almost feel this should have been stretched a little more to allow for a bit more of an incline in the interior trajectory, so that the central column was a bit more pronounced. So yes, these perhaps should be a little further apart. Doesn't detract from it being a really, really good model. And that's just my take on that, so I could well be wrong. It could all be in the perspective. You've got some nice shots of the classic Cylon warriors. There's the Battlestar Galactica, I think it is, going very close, up close and personal. One thing I did want to show you here was the cutaway of the two sections. This, it says here, is the top view, and again that does obviously relate to the top view, but conversely it also relates to the underside view, which is a replication of this version here. The next one you've got here is what they classify as the bottom view, but it's actually the interior view. So that's that. It does look different here, although there are segments that continue to be mirrored. But I was wanting to make that distinction because I think it's quite important, because I don't want you to purchase this product and then go, well, this is a bit rubbish because the top and the bottom look identical. I can confirm, as I lift it up, that the top and the bottom do indeed look identical, but that isn't an accident, that is the reality. I'll just flip it over for you here so you can see they do in fact look very much the same. There is some wonderful, you can hopefully see it there, paintwork there that gives us this surface scoring that really does imply that not only is this a very old, very ancient piece of spacefaring transport, it's also seen an awful lot of action. There's a lot of carbon scoring, or what at least appears to be carbon scoring on the surface, implying battles, thrusters, a lot of, well, possibly surface impact. A lot has happened to the surface of this ship. It's not very heavy. Some of the models that we get from Eagle Moss and Hero Collector are quite heavy. This does feel predominantly plastic in its design. Not a criticism, just an observation. And as I move it in, I'm just really trying to get so you can see the interior of the ship, and I may need to be ever so slightly sneaky with my adjustments of how I hold it, so you can see the level of detailing on the interior section. Trying to get the light, because obviously they obscure each other with shadow, which is quite a nice effect from a display point of view. Not so great when you're trying to show it off to somebody who wants to see it. So I hope you can more or less make it out. But again, the interior design mirrors the interior design, but you can really see that level of surface detailing there, the trenches, the various controls areas, the bays through which we can see would see the Cylon raiders escaping into the atmosphere. It's a really, really well done ship, as you can see there from that full-on horizontal perspective. I do think when you compare it to the illustrations in the actual magazine, there is a suggestion that it perhaps could be a little more elongated than it is, but that's probably just a personal opinion, and possibly even an optical illusion that I'm allowing myself to fall for. But I just want to make sure I give you the full take on it as far as I can see, and I do think that there might be little scope for some people who are looking for screen accuracy to feel that perhaps it's a little more squat than the original on-screen accurate model would have been, and I look forward to seeing what people think about that down below. I just have to say, take a moment to just really focus on some of that surface detailing. Sometimes Eagle Moss and Hero Collector can ever so slightly overdo some of their scoring on models, or underplay it, and we see it on other things too. So sometimes where Hasbro have reissued some of their Transformer toys, for example, or there's battle damage and battle scarring, or when you see some of the old Star Wars toys with battle damage decals, it's a little bit too much. I really like it on this one. On this ship, I think it really, really works, and I'm really, really pleased with how it's come out. So if you're following some of my Battlestar Galactica playlist, you'll see we've already looked at some of the other classic ships. I think now moving forwards I'll turn my attention to some of the new series variants. I'll try and do the new series variants of what we've already looked at for balance. I'm really keen, dear viewer, to get you sight of the Battlestar Galactica hero ships, the literal Battlestar Galacticas from the 70s and the reboot in the early 21st century. At the moment I cannot get my hands on them. Hero Collector keeps sending me emails telling me that they're back in stock. I then go to find them and they've fibbed. And when I did get an order in, I don't know if anyone else has experienced anything similar, I got an order in for one of them, and then within 2 days they'd sent me a cancellation saying, either there was insufficient stock when we went to the warehouse, or the product was damaged so we couldn't send it out. So I don't know how I feel about that. I do know from some comments people have left on other Hero Collector models, they're usually quite content to send out some damaged stock. So I don't know how accurate that is. What I do know is that it means that as far as up till this point I'm recording this video, I don't currently have the actual Battlestar Galacticas across any of the series. I am looking to rectify that, but I'm absolutely not going to be giving in to the scalpers online who are charging upwards of £100 for Hero Collector models, which I know I can get from Hero Collector for between 40 and 60 quid. So sorry scalpers, not today. Not today, scalpers, not today. Anyhow, I hope you getting a chance to see this ship up close and personal has informed whether or not it has a place in your collection. Does it? You can let me know in the comments down below. Certainly I'm glad I started collecting these. They're really beautifully detailed, really well done, and so far no major issues that I've encountered in terms of the design, the paint, the level of detailing, etc. If you have found this to be of use in terms of whether or not you want to get the base star, then by all means smash that like button to let me know. And whilst you're there, why not subscribe to the channel, subscribe to the particular playlists that are of interest, so you never miss an upcoming video, which could possibly be something you'd be really interested in. Similarly, you could have a little shufti around now. You could possibly find a playlist or a couple of videos that may tickle your fancy and encourage you to stay for a little bit longer and share a bit more of my love for models, toys, etc. Through some of the videos that I've prepped and already have online. There are lots more to come, believe you me. So whether you like Star Wars, Star Trek, Battlestar Galactica, which I'm assuming you do as you're watching this, Doctor Who, Star Trek, could be anything, drop a subscription and you really, hopefully, won't regret it. You have been a fantastic audience for the last 15 minutes or so. I will be using this for some model shot photography, which I will tag, as I always do, to the end of the video, so do stick to the very end to see that. In the meantime, I have been the time-travelling toy collector. This has been the Battlestar Galactica Cylon Baseship from the original series, as reproduced by Hero Collector and Eagle Moss. And I look very much forward to seeing you in a future video. In the meantime, take care, see you in the future. So say we all, bye for now.